Morning, everyone. Right, I am cracking on. It's Monday. I've got a bit kind of out of sync with all my schedule. A bit messy at the moment. I've got lots of stuff to list, not very high value. But I am going to list three things today which are high value, or high-ish anyway. So I've got first thing I'm going to get on is these things. These should be relatively easy to do because I've already got some listed, so it'll be a sell similar. So as usual, I'm working off two laptops. Hi Shazad, hi Damien, and I'm going to literally bomb on with it and see. I've been taking photos this morning. I've got about 16, 17 things I've taken photos of. I've got a mixture of kind of like half listed, half drafted listings that I kind of want to complete. But the first thing I'm going to do is get my five. I might even do six. Who knows? But I'm going to get five on. So yeah, the first one is just a Wasgage. I've got three of these. I'm just going to get on. And what I normally do with these, they normally go on for like around about 15 quid, between 10 15 quid. But I'll do a quick scan into Amazon just to see if it comes up used, £40 or whatever, which I doubt. Let's have a look. So I've been checking all these, doing some very interesting videos on how to count pieces in a jigsaw. So what we got? We've got two listings on Amazon. The lower rank, it says new and used from 45. That'll be the new price, I would imagine. Someone's got it new, yeah. Someone is selling it used for £48. That is ridiculous. I don't think they're ever going to get that. Hi, Karen. How you doing? I'll have a quick look on the Amazon thing on my laptop, desktop. So let's have a quick look just to see what the price is doing on Keeper. I mean, when I see things like this, you have to sort of know what a reasonable. You can see any amount on Amazon, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to sell. All right, let's have a look at this then. Like I say, it's a bit weird because there's two listings. Right, the Keeper price over. Yeah, it hasn't moved. It's a shame they don't do rank anymore. But the used price has gone down a few times. It's gone down twice. So it's gone boom, 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 boom. I think that's the guy who's trying to sell it lowering his price every so often. So I'm going to quickly look up my other Wasjigs or Wasgage. I said Wasjig, and I think I've got one for around about 15. And I'm going to put that one on at 15. I mean, it was bought for 50p, so no point trying to get blood out of a stone on that one. Yeah, £14.99 plus postage. Okay, so let's do a similar. Hi, Kirstine. How's your shop? I do love your. I'll follow you on Instagram, and you see the occasional thing, and it really does look fascinating. The shop, all the bits. It's like one of those. I don't know. You used to get in like children's, like Mr. Ben or something. You go into this like amazing shop, or there used to be a program with Brian Canton, which I think he had like a shop of a curios shop. I love the idea of a shop like that. Have you got like one item from ancient China which is actually possessed? Have you got something like that? That would be good, wouldn't it? Don't know if you could sell it on eBay. Okay, what am I going on about? I'm supposed to be cracking on today because, like I say, I really had kind of like I've not been doing what I should. I've been doing my 5 a day, as regards to like, I should pack every day and should tidy every day. That's gone a bit doolally. Okay. What's this called? Uproar at the Vets. Original number 18. Uproar at the Vets. Yeah, a bit quiet in February. Oh, Jam's good. That's good. Hi, Paul. How you doing? You can barely hear. Can everybody else hear? I'm on my webcam microphone. Let me know. I've got a headset, but that seems even worse sometimes. I kind of play me back, and it seems very quiet. Let me know, everyone else, if you would. That'd be good. Okay. My volume is okay. So, Paul, maybe turn up your volume in YouTube or on your laptop. Right. So, like I say, oh, your Bluetooth speaker. Okay. I'll try and speak a bit loudly. No, I won't. Right. Okay. So I am just whipping through. It's every Monday morning I do this, just sort of try and get the week going. And do some of that stuff we should actually do, which is listing. What's going on here? Where are all my pictures? Why are these going? I've just copied loads of pictures and I can't find them. New folder. I went into temp folder. I've got a Bluetooth speaker. I love it. You know, I've got this. The only thing, it doesn't sync up with my. I've got a Sony. I've got an MP4 player. God knows why I bought this. It's a Sony one. It doesn't link. It doesn't sync up with this. It's because of this Sony stuff. Sometimes only syncs with Sony. This I love. It cost me £5 in Sainsbury's on you know, they were clearing it, and I sent one to Amazon and sold it for. I can't remember how much I sold it for. Probably £10. But there you go. Right. Okay, I'm just adding photos. I need to see. Hello, Pix and Fly. I can see. I saw you got a new video out selling furniture. Everybody, check that out. Pix can Fly does very good videos, and he goes around snuffling up furniture and working some magic on it and then selling it on. And he's doing other eBay. You did one on clothes as well, which is very good. So very good channel. One of these very good new channels that are around. Lots of them, including Damien's. Damien's is good too. Oh, I can't see these photos. I've photographed 3 Wozgiges, and I've got like the smallest. I'm going to have to put this on like large icons because I can't tell which one is which. Extra large icons, that'll do me. Extra large. Okay, so I'm going to do these 3 Wozgiges, and then I've got some like trainers, which is a little bit more interesting. These bloody Wozgiges have been the bane of my life lately. There we go. Uproar at the Vets. The main reason I'm doing, I don't mind these. Hi RJ, how you doing? Hi Kathy, how you doing? I don't mind these Wozgiges too much. I mean, they are a bit of a pain in the bum they take about an hour to check. And I would prefer, I mean, everybody says, oh, I'm going to source, you know, high value items, ones that give me £20 profit. I'd love to do that if they were just lying around, but sometimes they're not. So I end up buying a 50p jigsaw and tearing my hair out. But if it sells, it goes from 50p to maybe 15, maybe 10. But it is the sort of thing that some people collect. Lord only knows why, but they do. I mean, I can kind of see it, you know. You get a few of these and you want the set. It's that collecting thing. That collecting, I think Liz has sort of said it's a lot of the time you get men sort of wanting to collect. I don't know whether it's a male thing, but you do get women collecting like teddy bears and stuff. I think it's just down to sort of person you are, really. Maybe you get more men sort of collecting. Gotta catch them all that sort of thing. Okay. So copy out the title. How quickly can I do the first listing? Can I do it within 5 minutes? It's 5 minutes already. 5 past already. Upper order vets, 1,000 piece, checks and complete. There's some very boring videos on how I did this on my channel. Am I going to promote it? Yes, I think I will. First 2-3 days of listing are the most important. I get all my watches and offers on new stuff I've listed. Even more than sort of sell similar. You think sell similar is, the same as doing a new listing. I don't believe it, really. Do not believe it. Okay, just check everything else. Right, that's that one. Get that one. That is listed. Next one. I've got 3 of these, so I'm just going to whip through them. Okay, create similar. I don't think I drafted. Oh no, I didn't draft these. Okay. Falcon was a Gidge original, right? Destiny number 11, The Office. Yeah, no sourcing this weekend because obviously, well, I don't think there are any jumbles or car boots. There's none in my calendar anyway. But the Storm, Cara, I think it was. I kept calling it Clara on the telly, but it's Cara. I can't say that either. But God, that was nuts. The rain. I think it was everywhere in the UK. Absolutely teeming it down. Okay, that's all the photos in. A bit quicker because of these large items. Right. Copy the title. All I do for my listings in the description, I have the title and I have the condition description, and then I put a note at the bottom saying please check photos for condition what is included. My clothes I do have a template for, which will give me my set measurements that I do. But yeah, I keep it simple. Title and photos I think are probably, and price obviously, price and probably photos, most important thing. Yeah, I don't mind it. I'm more of like I've got to get these out and sold. Like I say, I'm putting it on for 50, but if it goes for 10, Shazad, I don't know how to. I was going to contact you about those cars things. I got them all together. I don't know if you still want them, but yeah, because you're on Facebook, aren't you? I've got 4 of these in packet. So yeah, let me know if you're on Facebook and if you're in like the Money Mental group or UK resellers group, and I'll send you some details if you want them. Yes, like I said, I would love to source high value stuff, but at the moment with no boot fairs, message you through Facebook, yeah. Cool. I'll try and look you up. Okay, so this is number 2. Just a quick check. Oh, I haven't put a space in there. Stick a space in there and moving. Quick check on the item specifics. Okay, list. Second one listed of the day. So I'm going to do 3 jigsaws, 3 pairs of trainers, and then I'm going to just complete drafts or do drafts. Okay, so create similar. Do you find these mortgages turn over fairly quickly? Not that quickly. Yeah, they may not. Yeah, need. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm thinking, Damien. You kind of, like I say, I'd love to go out and buy like, CD Walkmans and mini disc players, pick them up for a fiver and flip them for 70. But a number of times I go and I can't even see anything, and I kind of went off doing board games for a bit. I was kind of thinking, oh, that's only, I can only get £10 max, and maybe not even that, maybe 7 or 8. But if you're not getting anything, if you're not getting the high value stuff, and you're ignoring stuff that can go from, like I say, these are 50p. Normally at a boot fair, these be like maybe 1 or 2. If you're getting them for 50p, and I mean, even if it's sold, I sold for 15. Even if it's sold for 5, it's not to be sniffed at. So, but they do take time. It's like board games take time, and it's all about trying to. I've got quicker at going through them, and I've done a very boring video on that. So, just going through the process of like, how many pieces does it have? Ascertaining that by number down, by number across, counting quickly. It's all very tough. It is dull, but no, there's money. There's money in them, like I say. Right, mortgage. I mean, if these three sell for 15, that's £1.50 to 45. If they sell for a tenner, it's a bit less, but it's still good, still excellent. Yeah, maybe I should sell some furniture. Although I did pick up this chair for £3. Someone was chucking it out, but it's not exactly vintage. I do need to sell a couple of Urkel tub chairs that have been in our shed for ages. So those have got to be sold. I was actually going to ask you about this. The spindles on the arms, so the arms sort of come round like that. The spindles have kind of the hole. It's gone like that on the arm, just a little bit. So I don't know whether I can sell them like that, but they're nice chairs. I haven't got any cushions for them. We used to use them. We used to use them when the boys were little, because they were great for kind of like if you're feeding a small baby, just that nice kind of shape. Right, I'm being distracted from my listing. Right, 1, 2, 3. What if mortgage? What if puzzle number 1? What's it called? What if money grew on trees? That'd be nice. Money grew on trees. And there's not enough room in the title. Okay. Hello Julie, how you doing? Happy Monday. Just trying to create some space for this title. Right, what if puzzle number 1? Got 11 characters left. Well, okay, well I'll just put that in. Falcon mortgage. What if puzzle number 1? 1,000 piece checks are complete. Okay. Delete those photos. Sometimes I struggle to fill in all the words, and sometimes you just don't have enough. Hello, Jack Dobbins. Well, good. Better late than never. I'm really trying to crack on today. I've got like 16 things. I've woke up Mondays. I'm up at like, well, in actual fact, every day I'm up at 6:30. But Mondays I have to do 2 lots of school run, and when I say school run, it's walking. So it's like 40-minute walk one way and then 20-minute walk the other. So I've already been out walking around my local area, and I get in and got in straight away and thought, right, I've got to do loads of photograph. So I've done loads of photographing this morning, and once this stream's over, so hopefully it won't go too much over the hour, if I can sort of crack on and keep focused. I've got a few things I've got to pack. I've got 13 things I've got to dispatch, and I've packed about 6 of them, but only 4 of them have got to go today. So I would like to sort of clear the decks with. I always like to sort of clear the decks with dispatching things. I'm on a 3-day dispatch, so I only should go twice a week, which is good. I would never go back. I used to be on 1-day dispatch. I'd never ever do that. I'm on 3-day. Sometimes over the Christmas period, I might go more often because I've got lots of sales, but I've never actually changed it. Okay, well that's the 3rd item down. Here we go. We're motoring on, and Peter Ray, got Karine in. Hello, both of you. Good to see you. I'm just manically trying to do stuff like quickly, stay focused, and get some stuff done. Oh, it hasn't uploaded the photos. I'm too quick for it. So yeah, no jumbles this weekend. So it's amazing how you go from, oh yeah, I've got quite a bit of stuff. When you put on 5 a day, or more, if you do more, you suddenly think, oh, I haven't got much to put on. It goes down so quickly. So this whole thing about little and often, it applies to sourcing and listing. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I'm sure I had around about 70 drafts. And at the moment, I'm quite quiet. Well, someone else has said that. I'm on my, but then someone said it was all right. So I'm on my webcam mic. The only other mic I've got is my headset, which isn't that great. So can you turn me up? Have to turn me up. But yeah, drafts. I'll speak a bit louder. How about that? I've got 21 drafts, which isn't a lot. From 70 to 21. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll watch. Let me watch myself live and see how loud I am. This will be weird. Yeah. I'm a little bit quiet. I'm a little bit quiet. Okay, well, I don't know how I turn up my microphone on my webcam. Got no idea. A snowball, yeah. Well, that would mean I'm a professional streamer if I do that. I could try my headset, but I know it's going to be even quieter. So let's just plow on. Let's not. Right, next one. Pair of trainers. I've already drafted these. So, what are these? They are Nike Free. Now, in my draft, I've put 38 quid. That'd be nice. Don't know if it'll happen. So, Nike Free RN Motion. Flyknit. I tell you what, sometimes looking this sort of stuff up on comps, it ain't easy. It's not easy at all. I will have a look. How much was it, Kari? I will get a mic. I'll tell you what. As soon as I hit 1,000 subs, hint to the 20 people watching. What was it I'm supposed to say? Like, share, and subscribe. Now, I've never shared a YouTube video. Do people actually do that? I like a lot of YouTube videos. I especially like Peter Ray's first video. That is a classic. And I like a lot of other ones. But I always forget to say like, share, and subscribe. I might do. Yeah, of course, everybody's already subbed. Yeah, 50 years ago. Yeah, 30. What am I saying? 50. You got one for 50 quid. You got one for 50 years ago. What was I talking about? You got one for 50 quid years ago. It's like I didn't get my webcam for ages, and then I ended up getting that for like 20 quid. Do you use tags? Do you know what? I sort of did when I started, and then I kind of last couple of videos I've done, I've just put eBay reselling online in tags. That's all. That's all I can be bothered with. But I should just do a copy and paste. That'd be the obvious thing. But I'm not too worried. Like I say, this old channel was it was about keeping me on track with work. So I'll tell you what, every Monday I know I'm going to get on it, and that encourages me to get on it every day. And I would never have done this if I hadn't have had YouTube. So it's like cracking the whip. Tag my username. Well, the vinegar jar. Okay, I'll try. Yeah, I'll give that a go. I need all the help I can get, Damien, as you well know. Okay, so I think I've done all this, drafted all already. Make sure it's the right size. Yeah, UK 6. Nice pair of these. So, Pete, do you recognise these? Do you know where I got these from? He's probably gone off. Yeah, I haven't got a lot of desk space. So I got these at a jumble. Yeah, I'll get it listed. Right, that's that one done. That's 4 items down. What's the time? 20 past. God, it's 5 minutes an item. We're doing all right. John is near Gatwick. Hawley, I know Hawley very well. Burgess Hill and all around there. I used to work near Crawley. DB Resales is my highest search time right now behind eBay Reseller UK. Okay. Maybe I'll chuck DB Resales in one of my tags. Would that work? Don't know if it would. I've often wondered maybe if I chuck Nick Hills in a tag, it might do all right. Or whatever. So, is Jamie's in? Sorry, I'm useless at trying to follow the chat. You're not far from me. Oh yeah, there you go. I see. Yeah, Pigs, you're getting quite good views as well. Yeah, I normally get around about. Yeah, I'm not at all professional on YouTube, and I've kind of promised myself that when I get to 1,000, I'll take it a bit more seriously, and because I feel there'd be quite a few people watching. So I kind of, it's weird. When I started, I thought, I'll look at loads of editing stuff, and I didn't do that. I just thought, God, if that holds me up, I'll never do it. I haven't got a Mac, got a PC, so I'm looking for sort of something preferably free or relatively cheap. And it was just a case of starting it because I thought if I procrastinate, I'll never do it. So, but when I get to 1,000, I'm on just under 400 at the moment. So it'll be a nice little reward for getting to 1,000. I'll buy some editing software and maybe get a mic so everyone can hear me because I'm a little bit quiet. Weird though. I don't know why I'm quiet now because sometimes none of my settings have changed. Perhaps they're always quite quiet. This thing always sounds quite kind of tinny. It's like, you know, Rob Brydon does that Man in the Box voice where it's like, it sounds a bit like that. Man in a Box. Okay, so yeah, pair of these. So these were snaffled at a jumble sale I was at. Peter Ray and a guy called Liam went to. UK eBay resale. just need to check my last one I've listed because sure. I think I put a photo of this pair in there, even though they are the same size. I've almost got 2,000 feedbacks on my store. It doesn't make any difference, but you know. And the star isn't going to change colour. I think the star changes at 5,000. It's like a real. I think it changes at 500 and possibly 1,000, and then it changes at 5,000. No, it's not using the headphone mic. Open sound settings. No, I've changed my input device on my sound settings, so it should be all right. Look, if I tap it, that should like be horrible. Oh, it's a good job I checked that last listing. Yeah, photos all over the place, and I've got the wrong. Yeah, you know, sometimes you just get a feeling that you're chatting away and you're not concentrating on what you should be doing. Okay. Yeah, I've gone and added another. That's why it said I've gone over my photo allocation. Right, okay. View E. It's on headphone mic. It's not on headphone mic. Oh, okay. All right, okay. It can't be on headphone mic. Choose your input device. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do as an experiment. Okay, here's my headset. Well, is that any better? I can't believe you didn't hear me. I'm going to play that back. I'm never going to get any work done. Maybe there's... Oh, maybe it's because I opened StreamYard before I changed my input device. Is this any better? I'm going to play myself back and listen to me. Excuse me while I check this out. Karine, you're a genius. You can be so sure you got something right. So, guys, if you open up StreamYard and then you change your input device on your settings, StreamYard will have the original input device. Knowledge bomb. There we go. Okay, yeah, I know, Pete. My sound is it's the bane of my life, I tell you. Right, okay. So I've gone from little man in a box voice, hello everybody, to normal me. And these pair of trainers, the trouble now is I'm probably going to breathe through my nose and it'll sound like Darth Vader. But I knew it. But you'll have to excuse me. I'm never very good with these headset mics. I'll try and breathe like that. I always try and get this placed right, but a nightmare. Karine, you're officially the IT consultant of YouTube right now. Okay, so these are going on at, have I set a price? $32.99. Very, very, hardly anywhere on them. So that's the photos done for that. So that's that done. That's 5 items. I can go to bed now. Of course, you know what's happened. All those people who turn their volume up are going to get their ears blasted off.
But there you go. We did that. Our TV, when we play DVDs, which we still do, we haven't got Netflix. Yeah, we're in the Stone Age. DVDs you always have to put on higher volume, and then you turn it off and go back to normal telly. It's like, all right, last pair of trainers. So yeah, these were, I forget where it was. Where was that jumble? And basically, you paid £5 for a bag, or you filled a bag and they assessed how much you had to pay. Pete got lots of bags. I got 3 pairs of trainers, and one of these pairs of trainers I put my hand on, and there was a guy who put his hand on like a millisecond after, and there was a bit of a standoff. But yeah, I used to work in HR, and I didn't know it when I worked there. So I used to be a reward analyst or something. So that was not that interesting. Okay, gents' clothes, new in, men's shoes, get the photos in. And then after I finish these 3 pairs of trainers, my shop, talking turnover, it's been pretty poor actually. I mean, it's been consistent, but consistently kind of poor. Sort of £40 days, stuff like that. Now, I'm hoping, my aim is always, I'd love to be consistently £100 a day, but it ain't happening at the moment. And what's going on there? I've had quite a few returns, and I'm sure that affects your shaky uppy factor. How much eBay will put your listings out there, your algorithm. I mentioned this the other day, and Lex said, yeah, it definitely does. And it's understandable. And so that's a negative effect on your algorithm. So that's why I'm listing these 3 kind of high. I've got loads of board games, but I just want to get sort of 3 goodish items on to give it a bit of a kick. When I, a few weeks ago, listed my 5 most expensive items, it's amazing. Like I had like, about 4 days where they were £150 days. So not only, is there a chance of you selling that actual item, and one of them did sell, but it gives your shop, your whole shop, a real big shake-up. So I kind of had this analogy at the time of, your shop is a trampoline and all your items are on there are like marbles. And when if I was to list a Wozjig, that's a small marble, small value, and you drop it on and everything else bounces up and down for a bit. But if I got a bigger, like a £40 marble, a bigger marble, and you drop it on, everything else has a bigger effect. So, and of course, the more items, the more marbles you list, the more kind of shaking up and down you'll have. Marketing assistant, eh? Funny to hear what people used to do in their old lives. I bet you don't miss it, do you? Or maybe you do, but I don't miss working in an office at all. All the office politics and stuff did it for me. Right, what is this upper material? I've no idea. Probably synthetic. The reason I decided to do eBay was because I kind of thought, if I don't do it now, I'll never do it. Right. Okay. This is year 2000, so it's not vintage. I think vintage is classed as 1990. Yeah, mine wasn't exactly stressful, but I just kind of had enough of it after. I could not see myself going for another job when I knew that there'd be kind of like a load of 20-year-olds acting like something out of The Apprentice. Because in HR, you used to see a lot of this like recruitment days and stuff, and you you'd kind of help out organising them, and there'd be all these 20-somethings in suits, and it looked like just something like The Apprentice, and it got to the point where I thought, oh, this is just a load of old tosh. So yeah, I'm very glad I'm doing what I'm doing at the moment. Just like to do it a bit better, if you know what I mean. I suppose that's what everyone loves to do. The freedom's amazing, isn't it? I mean, I've been doing it for 3 years. It's sometimes a bit stressful, kind of like I'm not earning much money, but you know, slowly improving, slowly doing things better. And one of the things is like listing more regularly. I can't believe I was on this mic and it was down there. It's a good job I didn't put it over there. It would have been really quiet. Okay, I have drafted this, but I haven't put much in. So used. These have got a bit of wear. This is sort of come away. I don't know whether I can super glue that. Oh, hello. I've just pressed the key on my... I've just pressed that F12 key that brings up all the code. Oh, there we go. Right, with the wear consistent with age, front of sole, slightly unstuck. What I will probably do is try and stick that back on. Hi Ashley, how you doing? Just the motor day. Oh, snowy. Are you in Canada, Ashley? I think you are. I travelled when I was in Australia. I travelled around with 3 Canadians. They were from Saskatoon, which is quite near. They used to go skiing in Banff. I'll say it's quite near. I suppose it's blooming miles away if you're in Canada. But yes, they were from Saskatoon, which is they got some crazy names of places in Canada, all over the place really. Like Australia is like all Mullumalong and Woolloomooloo and all funny places. Right, slightly unstuck. Right, see photos. How am I doing for time? All right, I'm spending quite a lot of time on this one. They were the most difficult ones to look up, that pair of shoes, trainers. Right, let me just double check everything. 8.5, small parcel. I will promote it. 1%. Okay, we're on. Custom label. Put in today's date, 10/02/2020. That's all I do on my custom labels. Apart from if I'm thinking about sending it to FBA, I'll chuck FBA in there. I have used to put the price I bought it at. Oh, you're in Scotland. Why did I think you were Canadian? I'm getting myself mixed up. Oh, never mind. Well, Cummins is a Scottish name. My dad always says he's the rightful heir to the throne of Scotland. So I suppose that makes me also the rightful heir to the throne of Scotland. And we did used to have a little, when we used to go up to Aviemore quite a lot, and we got the Cummins clan. If you've got one of those old Scottish maps that shows you all the clans, there is like a Cummins. I think it's in the top right, and it's got 3 wheat sheaves. You may well know this. It's like a blue shield with 3 wheat sheaves on. Scotland, Canada, well, it's kind of the same latitude, hopefully, ish. You get a lot of Scottish people who, Scottish people in Canada who have Scottish heritage. Get a lot of that. Okay, so that's 6 items listed, which is pretty bad. Pretty good. I'm now going to whip through some games and stuff like that. This is a classic Amazon FBA. But seeing as I'm not going to send anything up to FBA until I've got a full box, it's going on eBay on the interim, but at the Amazon price or a couple of quid below the Amazon price. I've sold this on Amazon before. I think it's around about 30 or 40. Let's have a look. It's definitely a seller on Amazon. So if you pick these up, right, it's a 184k rank, so it's a good rank. Yeah, used 33. 2 FBA offers from 35. So I'm going to stick that on eBay for like $29.99. Oops! Oh no! What have I done there? Oh no! What have I done? You're back. I keep putting things on my keyboard. I just put that Battle of Hoth on my keyboard, and it's pressing like F12 and help and God knows what. So there's definitely not room for a mic on here. We're all a mess. Z's in the chat, and Ashley, yeah, we should definitely get the Cummins clan together and reclaim the throne of Scotland. Take it back into the EU, maybe. Who knows? That'd be a bit controversial, wouldn't it? I shouldn't mention things like that on this channel. Don't mention politics or religion. No, we'd just take back the throne of Scotland and go from there. Have a party. Right, okay. Battle of Hoth. So I'm going to put it on for $29.99. That's totally unreasonable, I would imagine. So let's have a look. Lego 3866. Comps. So none of this is drafted. So this is. So I'm not putting these live now. I'm just getting these because I've done 6 listings already. But I want to build up my my draft store cupboard because there's only 21 in there. Like I say, it's amazing how quickly it goes down. Oh yeah, we've got 30 quid on a brand new. Christ. You just check that Amazon was used, wasn't it? Yeah, used for 34 quid. Condition used. Highest price. So it's nuts. Yeah, you could pick that up on eBay and flip it. Oh, someone has sold one for £32.90. So let's sell one like this. I don't know if anyone else. Yeah, me and Ashley are obvious heirs to the throne of Scotland. Has anybody else got any kind of royal blood in their family? It'd be interesting to hear. You know, Peter Ray, are you kind of? Should you be the king of? I don't know, somewhere. King of bags. Okay, toys and games. New in. Excellent condition. Box with instructions. Check down, 100% complete. Yeah, it's funny. I have kind of like got out of my routine, but the only thing to do when that happens is just get back on it. And I'm glad I do 5 a day in terms of listing, because that has been maintained. But some of the other bits like tidying up and packing have just gone off. And sourcing, I mean, I'm going sourcing later on this week, but that has kind of like fallen behind. I cannot wait for the jumbles for the boot fairs to start. Oh, Karen. All right, we will. Stockley, my name has a crest. Everybody's. Oh my God! Everybody's got royal blood. Got the royalty of reselling here today. I'll tell you what I did cross my mind. Considering how much rain we've had, what would you do if there was like a car boot season where there were practically no car boots? Because, I mean, I know I've got a real reliance on, from Easter through to, normally it's November, last year it was up to September. But what would you do if there were no car boots or very few car boots? Because I could not survive through, I mean, my charity shops are terrible. I would say like probably 1% of the time I go in there, I might get something, and then it's still overpriced. So I don't do much online. I have done stuff like Gumtree, but not a lot of it. Usual things of it goes really quickly, or just not the quantity there. The thing with the car boots is the quantity of stuff that's there. But yeah, it really kind of like, with all this rain, and I kind of think, okay, well, the rain, it will mean the fields are absolutely saturated. So people who organise the car boots will probably want to make sure that the ground is dry before they start. Otherwise, it will just rut up and be like that throughout the season. So yeah, what would you do if car boots weren't an option? Okay, that's that one drafted. So that's the one in the bank. Be listed sometime soon. All the photos are in, so save as draft. No, I don't think I've ever bought on eBay to sell back on eBay. Maybe I should. I know people do it, but I can't. Again, it's the thing of, how often, if I spend like 2 hours in the evening, looking for certain stuff I put on searches or whatever, how much stuff am I going to get in an average week? If I actually, I was a bit like this with RA as well. I seem to be spending a lot of time going to shops, scanning loads of stuff, not really finding anything, and then the ROI on it for Amazon, or selling on Amazon FBA, was maybe 30-40%, and it's just not great really when I can go to like a Jumble or a boot fair and you're picking up stuff the ROI on that. So, and I don't mind low ROI, but what I don't like is spending the time on it for that. If I could do Facebook, I've tried to source on. I think it's very competitive. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong type of item. So I did the obvious. I would. Got an offer on that pair of shoes I just listed. Let's have a look at that. So I think I did the obvious and went into Facebook and Gumtree and was looking at gaming, gaming stuff. Like, let's see if I can pick up a Dreamcast or a stereo or some Playmobil or some Lego, and it's really blatantly obvious, and it's finding that niche that not a lot of people are onto, which is difficult, of course, probably more difficult these days. But yeah, you've just got to use your brain, I guess. Right, let's have a look at this offer. So, oh my word, I've just listed these for $22.99. Someone's offered me 15. I know what Z would do. He'd sell them, or I'm going to go back. Normally with offers, I like to go back around about sort of 10% as an initial. It's a good offer. It's good, but is it right? Well, I'm going to go back. $22.99 there on that. I'm going to go back with a $19.99. That's £3 off. Maybe I'll go back with $20.99. I mean, it's just counter. Take it. I know he'd take it. Counter. So I normally go back with 10% off. He's obviously interested. So, we're getting get the conversation going. I'm going to go back with $20.99 because I'm sure he's going to come back with something. Or will I hear the little of someone running away from this deal? Right. Strike while the iron is hot. Gone back with $20.99. I mean, there's a whole £2 off. It's not that good, really. But I've got fingers crossed on that one. They've only just gone on. I mean, come on. If that had been on for like a month, I would have accepted the 15. I want an extra £3. Right, next time, roll it. We'll see what the correct decision is. If he comes back with a little bit more than 15, I was right to take it. If he doesn't, I'm an idiot. Yeah, I'll tell you, countering. Sometimes I had this thing where I thought, I'll always counter 99. Like if it was something, oh yeah, I'd accept that, but I'd kind of always counter like just 99p more, because I thought when they get it, they'll just think, oh yeah, it's only 99p, it's not a lot, and do it. But if you do that, 100 times, it's 100 quid, isn't it? And I would say the majority of the time that works. People just go, oh yeah, whatever. But sometimes it doesn't. But that's normally on the lower value stuff where you're getting someone. I mean, I had a £4 pair of shoes and someone was offering me like £3. So there you go. Right, I know I've got this one drafted. Oh, it's Tommy in. Hi, Tommy. How you doing? Put wanted ads out for, yeah. I have thought about that, going around printing some business cards and just going up roads going, are you getting rid of small electrics or clearing stuff out? Have you got any stuff that is worth a lot of money on eBay that you can't be bothered to put on eBay? That should be on the card. So yeah, that's a good idea too. I don't know in reality whether I'd do that, but it's maybe something I should do. Okay, so I've already drafted this one, so just adding the photos in. I've looked it up already. Not a high value thing. Again, it would be for like 50p. I bought it for. I'm trying to sell it for £9. Let's have a quick double check on Amazon. Probably a huge high rank. I would have already done this, but come on. Not going in now. Oh, Airsoft. Is that what the trainers are? I'm terrible at trainers. They were air. So yeah, it took me ages to try and look up what these were, and they're from 2000, so they're quite old. The code always gives you the date, so this probably anyone who probably know this, but these were produced in the year 2000, July on the 9th, and this is the color code. Yeah, okay condition, not a lot of wear on them. I should have cleaned them up a bit better. I cleaned up the other two, but I didn't clean these ones up. I mean, a pair of air trainers. What does it say on them? I always worry about it. I've got a pair of Jordan's down there, but they were put on and taken down because someone reported them as fake. But I don't think they were. But that was 3 years ago when I first started reselling, and I've never put them back on. Okay, let's get this rolling. Let's get this hugely valuable. Yeah, it's £14.20 on Amazon with a rank of 800k, so it's never going to sell on Amazon. So let's get it on eBay for not very much money and just sell it and move it on. Peter Ray, I pay attention to you and Z on who to watch. Well, Z, Peter Ray, spread the word. I need to get to, I don't know how many subs I'm on at the moment, just under 400. Must be great getting to like 1,000 subs, just for that sort of feeling of achievement. I mean, I know obviously at that point you can monetize, but the money's like nothing, is it? Unless you've got like hundreds of thousands or possibly millions of subs. But just it's that nice little, what's the word? Level that you've achieved. I know Peter wants to get to 2,000. I imagine everyone's already subscribed to Peter, but I hope you do it this year, Pete. I hope you do it in the next 6 months. I'm sure you will. Derek Tap Peddler, he's got to 1,000 recently, so congratulations to him. And who else? Z, you got to 5. Did you get to 5,000 recently? That's really, it's incredible to think that people do take the time to time out of their day to watch what you got to say. Okay. So again, this is going into drafts. Where are we at? 12 o'clock. I'm going to go on and do a bit more. See if I can crack on and get everything I photographed on this morning. Roll it. Photos, here we go. You pay for your subs. Yeah. What with Z? What did you pay with? Did you pay with RC parts? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll put the StreamYard link in. Although I'll probably, I know everyone's probably busy, but. How am I doing? You'll probably like be in the lobby, or if anyone does want to join, I'll probably not even see you. But you never know. Okay, so that is that one. And again, that's just going to be saved as draft. I do want to get to like 150 in my drafts. This one I know I've already drafted as well. So I've just got to slot the photos in. And again, that was a jumble sale, 50p, and it's like £7. So it's not a lot of money. But sometimes, you kind of get this stuff and you're so disappointed that it's not a lot of money that you don't actually do anything with it. But like, I kind of think I just want to get rid of it, really. Yeah, £7.50 used on Amazon. So let's get these photos in and move on. And that will be listed sometime this week, probably. giving out muffins, eh? Now that's an idea. It's weird how sometimes your subs can shoot up, and sometimes they don't, sometimes you think they might and they don't. I think Nick mentioned me on his chat about a month or two ago, and it didn't go up. And then I think Andrew mentioned me on his, and it went up by quite a bit. When I was on Tommy and Tracy's actually, and I was just sort of chatting in the chat, and that went up by about 15. I think I got a lot of the American resellers just clicking on, which was very nice. Okay, that's those photos in. I've put all the stuff already. Oh, I haven't put all the stuff already in. Humbug. Minimum number of players. Oh, God. Probably 2. I do not understand all this custom bundle and, do they really think everybody customizes? And I will promote that. Okay, so that's that one done. That is save as draft again. You got to get worldwide. Yeah, you're quite right, Pete. Oh, here's a nice little thing. Sort of thing I love. Real vintage. So probably like 70s. Won't be worth anything. I haven't got this drafted, so I've got to look this up. I've got to research this now. Okay, so it's a Peanuts Snoopy and Friends puzzle. I've sold quite a few like Star Wars puzzles, like Han Solo and Chewbacca in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon and various other ones. But yeah, they're not really worth a lot of money. Okay, vintage. Sold. You think there'd be, Peanuts and Charlie Brown Snoopy collectors out there, but apparently not. Yeah, there's not even a completed one on eBay, so. Yeah, no results. Okay, well, let's have a look at any on sale at the moment. Oh, there we go. The exact same one. Vintage Bonk Snoopy and Friends, Charlie Brown, 35-piece wooden puzzle. Someone's trying to sell one for £8.95. Someone's got 2 of them trying to sell them for 16 plus postage. Right, so I will try and sell mine for £4.99 plus £3.49 postage. Ah, Karin. Oh, hello, I'll try and add you to the stream. Hello, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Thanks for your wonderful microphone advice earlier. I was so convinced that it wasn't it because I changed it. But,
well, I just had a feeling because every time you put something down, like a cup down on the desk, I could hear it really loudly. So I thought...
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you sometimes convince yourself that you know what's going on, but you don't. But what are you working on?
My blinds.
Do you know what? I sit in front of a window, like I've got a window right sort of behind my monitor, and it's kind of where I think we get the sun right in. So I always look like a ghost. It's like so white, and I don't know if you can change it on StreamYard because if
I don't know.
I don't think you can actually put a filter on or anything. For if I was recording a video, I could do it.
There's a little settings thing at the bottom, isn't it, that says camera mic.
But it just sort of like tells you what camera you're on. But there you go. So what are you doing today? Just listing?
Yes, this afternoon. I've got a mystery package coming this afternoon between 1 and 2 off my husband.
Oh, exciting.
I've got to wait for that, but I'm going to take the dog out and then pop to the post office after that's been delivered, and then
Yeah.
do some drafts, because I've got a load of stuff that I bought from Suffolk, so I need to draft all of that.
I'm really into this sort of like drafting to get a kind of something behind you to
Yeah.
give you a bit of a safety net, because I love the consistency, but a lot of people do list 10 a day, and I sort of tried that last year, and I kind of kept it going for 3 days, and then I kind of run out of stuff. So to try and get like a big bulk of listings, in the bank, I'll love
It's
it.
much easier to do that. I done that last summer when I had a massive menswear haul, and it's really good having it all there, and then you can just drop the photos in, because I rely on natural daylight, and I have like a 2-hour window where I can photograph in here without any shadows.
It is weird. I'm definitely the sort of person who can start a job and almost do like 99% of it, and it's always that last bit I leave. And with drafting listings, I obviously do all of the listing and it's all complete, but the only thing I haven't done is put it on. So I find that I'm better at doing those and getting them all in the bank, and then just every day I just pick them off and then make them live. But it is weird that I think some people find it difficult to start jobs, but I can start a job and get it like almost practically all done, and then it's like I don't do the end bit. So
I'm a procrastinator, definitely. I'll go and do anything else other than what I should be doing, and it's a real failing of mine. I can't stop it for some reason. I just have to be in the mood to do some work, and if I'm not in the mood, I just won't do it.
Well, that's it. That's I'm exactly the same. Like my consistency used to be all over the place. Like I could go like 3 or 4 days and not do any listing, and this is why I try and do these minimum small amounts, because it's just like it doesn't seem like a lot, but so 5 a day. A lot of people say that's not a lot, but that is a minimum. But even if I do the minimum and it takes an hour a day or whatever, over a week it's 35, and at the moment I'm not sourcing that amount of stuff, so it definitely helps.
Well, yesterday I made myself sit here and do 15, but the only problem I had was I was starting the listing on the computer and I was putting stuff in the description. Then when I went to it on my phone to put pictures in and finish the description, it said it didn't support the format, and a lot of the words were actually grouped together, so it wouldn't let me space the words back out again. It was weird. So I think in future if I start the listing on the computer, I won't put anything in the description, and I'll finish that on my phone.
I don't tend to do stuff on it. The only thing I do on my phone is send offers out, or just sort of like have a look at stuff and what's going on. But kind of actual listing work or repricing or looking at I'll do on my laptop.
Yeah. I've always just sat on my bed and listed like that with my manifest in front of me.
Yeah.
On my phone. But it was quicker. I will admit it was quicker starting the listing on the computer. So I might have to do that in the future.
Yeah, I always go through it is a bit of sort of like boom and bust with listing with me sometimes, and that's another good reason why I'm doing drafts, because sometimes you can really get in the groove of it, and you're just like, oh yeah, I've done 20 today, brilliant, and other days it's just not like that at all. So, but yes, I definitely I would never give up how I'm doing it now. Although I probably will change. So, but at the moment it's working well. So
this is the first time I've used my new webcam, and I'm not sure about it. I think I do look paler on it.
Well, it'll definitely be the light and the fact that StreamYard doesn't give you any filters. I don't know if there's a sort of way of what camera have you got?
The one that everybody's got, the Logi.
Yeah, the Logi one. That's the one I've got.
I had an older one, an older Logi one, but my husband said, "Oh, I'll have that, and you can have this new one," because he hardly goes on. He's planning on doing game streaming, but he still hasn't got round to doing it.
Oh yeah.
So he said, "You might as well use the new camera." So I've got everything else. I mean, he built a PC, and I used that for a couple of years, but that broke. So I bought myself a new PC, but I've got his monitor, his snowball mic, and as I say, his camera. So
Are the snowball mics difficult to set up, or are they pretty straightforward?
no, it's literally just plug it in, and I've got mine on an arm here. So I'll put it into shot.
Oh yeah.
I've got mine on an arm, so it's easy to move about, and I just keep it like attached to the desk all the time.
So you do you do all clothes, Karin, or
Pretty much. I mean, I was concentrating on shoes for a while, but I'm finding it harder and harder to get decent shoes for a good price.
Yeah.
So I've just come back from Suffolk and for a week, and I was sourcing there, and a little bit in Essex. Yeah, and I only got one pair of shoes. Surprisingly, it was all clothes.
Yeah, right. I mean, I won't normally buy shoes in a charity shop. Well, they're normally around about 20 quid in my real close ones.
Wow.
They're really, really expensive. But you can find the odd good charity shop where they might do them for £6 is normally my ideal sort of price. But I did buy, like, I bought a pair of brogues the other day, and they were James the Bootmaker ones, and they were £8. So it's kind of like, if you know you're going to make possibly 25 to 30-ish, kind of, I won't kind of go, oh, it's £8, therefore I'm not going to buy it. You can think, well, I can still kind of make some money on it, but
I'm a bit tight on you. I think the highest I go, well, I normally buy Clarks. The highest I'll go is £5.
Yeah.
And I just got these for £3. They're Clarks.
Yeah.
But they're in really nice condition, so it looks like they've only been worn once. And then I picked them up because there's a new style at the moment. Well, it's been around for a little while. It's called Retro Revival.
All right.
So anything that looks vintage, even if it's not, I've been trying to pick up. So I got quite a few skirts that look vintage. Even though they're just Marks and Spencer's, they're vintage style, like 50s style. So
cool.
Hi, is it here?
Let me switch this around. Yeah, clothes I'm not an expert on clothes by any means. Let's do that. That's the standard view.
Hello.
How often do you source, Kari?
I'm very sporadic. Probably only once a month, I would say. And I try and buy a lot when I buy it.
And is that all charity shop or?
Yeah. I don't have any car boots, so charity shop. Unless people, I have bought a few large bundles from people that have contacted me. But I was saying on the Seller Ladies, I probably won't do that again because I like to pick what I buy.
Yeah.
And you can't do that when you buy a large bundle. And then I often find there's a lot of stuff I don't like that I don't really want to list in my shop.
Well, I saw there's a couple of guys from sort of like the Midlands called the Extreme Booters, and they've been doing clothes by weight hauls.
Yeah.
And I kind of have maybe looked into doing that. I'd have to drive to sort of near Dartford. I think there's a place that does it around there. But yeah, it's just kind of like you don't want to be left with a load of old rubbish. And Pigs Can Fly actually did a video where he went in and you basically pick a load of stuff and then it gets weighed. So you go for the lighter stuff like the football shirts rather than the jacket. Yeah. But he said that loads of young people were there, and they all knew what they were doing. Like they were just like grabbing everything, getting it in their bag and then sort of filtering it out afterwards.
Right.
So it's kind of, I suppose, like a jumble, but a bit different. And that's all that sort of stuff does my head in. Like if I go for a jumble sale, clothes is the thing I will do last. Like I might have a quick kind of look, and if I can see a football top, I'll grab it. But apart from that, I'm not going to sit and go through, shoulder to shoulder with every grandma in the local area trying to grab a bargain. It's just, I can't be bothered with it.
Are you a jumble fan, Sahir?
When there is one around, but I think I found that up here it's really like once. I think I only know about one or two.
Yeah, Tom was saying that because me and Pete were talking about the jumbles that we're going to, and he sort of said we don't really have those around here.
Yeah,
and I didn't know whether he was being serious, because it's.
I think it depends on the area. I mean, it's kind of like what you were saying earlier about what would you do if the weather was bad, and like the weather is always bad. Like we counted last year how many car boots were rained off,
Yeah.
and we had a massive amount. I can't remember the number now, but over the year we missed out on so many weeks of car boots. Like, you kind of talked about it as a worst case scenario, but it's kind of a
It's
reality,
a
up
reality.
here.
I mean, that stopped in September,
Mm.
which was like, it's 2 months of, that I've missed compared to the previous year of sourcing.
Yeah, but I'm talking about just in the summer, like when you
Yeah.
expect to get like more happening. Like, there were so many summer ones just rained off because it just seemed like every weekend it's raining. So
Well, it just goes to show, I mean, you do need alternatives, not only in, people talk about finding alternatives to selling on eBay just in case their account gets banned or whatever, or Amazon. You should have a few things going, but you need that for sourcing as well. And I probably rely on, I mean, I've done a lot better this year with sourcing at this time of year, because last year I was kind of like still going through car boot stock, but I could still do more. Like, I don't do a lot of online stuff. I don't do any eBay sniping, so. But it's just trying to account for the time it takes, because when you haven't done it and you don't really know what you're doing, it's like anything. I mean, if I, did some bit of DIY that I didn't know how to do or hadn't practiced, it would take me a long time. But you're only going to get better by actually trying it and practicing it. So.
Yeah, I was just saying in the chat before, I last night I watched my first ever live YouTube haul video, and I could not believe the rubbish that I bought. I was like, oh my God, Karen, what were you thinking? But obviously I was new to it all.
But did it sell? This is the thing.
Yes.
So,
all of what I showed did sell. But
so you made some money.
Profit. Yeah.
So I mean, it's like I was saying, that I would like to go out and get higher value stuff, and I've got an okay knowledge of what to look out for. But if you are just not seeing it there, then I'm kind of forced down the at the moment. I've got all these kind of puzzles I'm getting, and like I say, a lot of this stuff is stuff I sourced when I first started reselling, like board. A lot of people do it, and it's weird how I've kind of gone back to it, but I don't mind going back to it at the moment, because I am in this period where I'm not going to boot fairs, and so you get what's available. So
you're getting some fab stuff. So here, is it from the bins?
Yeah, but again, it's just luck in a way, isn't it? Because you don't know what you're going to find. I mean, like, I haven't found anything today. If I go back, I might find something. But it's just it's the one thing that I kind of really don't like about sourcing is it's it is really down to what's in front of you. It's really easy to be like, like I found this and that, but how often are you going to find someone that's going to sell you an embroidery machine for 30 quid?
Would
Do you
you
know what I
sell
mean?
it?
Huh? No, I've still got it. It's got like 20 watches, but my point is, like, it's not sustainable at all, is it? It's just like not.
Well, this is it. It's inconsistent. I don't know if sustainable. You'll always.
Well, because you're always going.
Something.
But I think like you can delude yourself into thinking it is, because like we've got a pretty good average selling price on the second store. Like, I look at my average selling price, and I think it's like £36, which is not bad. For the general store. But when you take into account the amount of time that I've probably taken, like, sourcing every day, visiting every day, sometimes multiple times a day, and not just that, sometimes I can be hanging around, like, when you go to the charity shop and stuff, sometimes you can just be hanging around for them to bring out the next set of stuff or whatever. Or like, if you see someone bring in a bunch of stuff and you know the people there, and they'll bring it out for you eventually, but sometimes they can keep you waiting, and then you might only wait 20 minutes or half an hour or something, but that's still 20 minutes or half an hour that you've got to account for.
I can't stand the time waste. It's like when I try and do retail arbitrage and go out with the phone, and I'm looking for clearance labels and can't find any, or if I do find some, I scan them, and it's it's the same price on Amazon.
Yeah, and
And I
then you
could
add
spend a
all
morning doing that.
yeah,
And,
and then add all the duck days, so the days where you go out and you don't find anything,
oh,
and then
exactly.
suddenly that one item that you've bought for 30 that you're going to sell for a couple hundred, it's not actually nearly or close to as profitable as you might think it is.
And that's why people have the reliance on boot fairs, because I often think that, okay, if I go retail arbitraging, I've got about a 5% success of actually finding, probably less than that actually. I could go out 100 times and 5 times or less I might find something. Whereas with boot fairs, it's almost guaranteed I can go out for like 4 or 5 hours and I'm pretty much 100% sure that I will come back with stuff that I can sell for good profit. So and I know the time is better rewarded at boot fairs. I mean, it sounds obvious, really, but
Well, I mean, it's just you go by probabilities, don't you? Like
Yeah.
I only go to certain places because I know that percentage-wise, I've got a much better chance of finding stuff and at a good price there versus like going. There's no point knocking your head against the brick wall, is there? It's just like you find.
I'm terrible with that. So so we're going to a new area, a place called Wickham, I think it is, which is just the
West
other side
Wickham, near
the other
near
side of
Addington
Croydon.
and Shirley.
Yeah, because my eldest went to like oh no, it's the twins actually. They went to like a cub camp. So Liz picked them up yesterday, and she came back and said, "Oh, there's 7 charity shops around there. Check them out." I was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of like, oh, okay. Well, we drive all the way over there, which is I don't know, maybe 10-mile drive or something." Now, with charity shops at the moment, I've really got only 2 or 3 which I know will be okay because they're cheap and it's clothes, and I know I'll get there and I'll get something, not great money. So we're going to go there on like Wednesday or Thursday and check out. She said there's an Oxfam, there's a British Heart Foundation. She's saying all these, and I'm thinking, oh my God, is there not a little hospice, grotty one? And I do get this thing that if I start going around, say I go into a charity shop and pick up a pair of shoes and they're 20 quid, and then I see a board game and it's like £6. Like I will switch off, and I really try not to, because I try and take the emotion out of it. But I kind of almost, shut down, because I just think I know what this shop is. I know there's nothing in here that is going to be, what are the odds of me finding a bolo that is going to be worth money, because everything's expensive in here. And then I'll look across to Liz and we'll just be going, eyes rolling around going, what a waste of time. But with new areas, you have to try them. So I've never been to Wickham, West Wickham, so I've got to check it out,
From what I remember, is actually a nice high street. There may well be. I can't remember properly because it's been so long. But I used to think it was quite a nice high street.
But I'm definitely going to charity shops, going out of my way to go to charity shops. So I'll do my local ones when I'm posting, just whip round. And it is very small percentage of the time I'll actually find something, but
I think for me it's definitely more about like having your favorites and having your contacts in them where that they can look after you. But even that is not going to be forever, because all it takes is for the change of personnel, change of anything like that, and then that's you're back to square one. So
I mean, contacts are invaluable if you do ever get a contact in a charity shop.
All my good deals have been because of having contacts, really, not because of
But going, I mean, I did it last year. When it must have been around about October. I drove. It was a 40-mile drive. Drove down to sort of Burgess Hill and all those places sort of beyond Crawley, because there were a couple of places that I knew had 14 charity shops and the other had like 7. So I thought I could do 20 charity shops, and I'm hoping these are relatively good areas. And I bought 2 things and came home, and I thought, I'm never doing that again. I'm never sort of going somewhere miles out of the way because there's lots of charity shops. I kind of thought to myself,
we've done
10
all
mile
that
radius.
as well. When we first moved up here, we used to do that, and it costs a lot in petrol because everything's so spread up.
Yeah, and it's
spread out.
It's just the time.
Yeah,
though. It's just
and
like
I think I'd much rather just focus on, like, I'd rather go to auction houses and
Yeah.
like you said, wait for the car boots, or I think that's why I like having, like, that's why I still cling on to my RC store, because
Oh well, I can understand that.
I'm like, if I could just come across another couple of hauls, that's just a case of just grinding out listings and doing the kind of,
well, it's a kind of safety net behind you, because it's
Completely.
it provides good sort of background to the more interesting individual bits you're sourcing from the bins or from your auction houses.
I'm gonna have to make a move, guys, because I've got to go and pick up Beck now. So
That's okay. I think, how long have I been going?
yeah. All right, guys. Nice to see you, Karen.
Yeah, thanks for coming in, Z.
Bye.
Who have we? Let's get me to go through. We've got to get Indy in. Hello, Indy. How you doing? Indy's made a comeback on Insta lately.
Yes,
Indy's
Mister.
a second. It's good to see you back.
Yes, I need to go and walk Monty before. Well, my delivery's due between 10 to 1 and 10 to 2. So if it comes at 10 to 1, I need to be in. So I need to go and walk Monty.
Okay. Well, I think I'll end the stream there, because I've been going for an hour and a half. And
how much did you get listed?
Well, I got 6 actually listed on, and I've done 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on the 5th draft to make complete, and I've got another 4 to do.
That's not bad at all.
Good. That's not bad. Hope everyone else has managed to sort of get the week going. But yeah, thanks for popping in, Karine, and everyone else. Take care. Have a brilliant day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.